It's shaky. Ezra just at the inside of what they call the center there, the doghouse, where they trip the starting gate. Sign is sideways. Carmichael's to the inside of McGrath. It could be a major thing happen there in the first corner.
We're off and running. Main event Phoenix. Carmichael with the inside. And it's a Honda coming through. Sebastian Tortelli. It looks like, no, it's Ezra Lusk. Ezra Lusk, number 11. In first place, David Villeman is up challenging Carmichael for second. Carmichael has moved into second. Villeman looks behind him. He sees Jeremy McGrath right on his tail.
What an opportunity right here for Ezra and Carmichael. Jeremy not a very good start. You see him back there getting showered with dirt. He's behind LaRocco.
A great advantage now for Ricky Carmichael. He's behind 3 points in the points chase to Jeremy McGrath.
Bad decision right there by Lusk. He had to go wide. Carmichael pushed him there, went to the inside, steered over the berm on purpose to cut off the opportunity of Lusk to get back in there.
Now it gives Ricky Carmichael the opportunity to really put down the throttle.
There are a lot of people watching the practice, myself included, that thought that Ricky was either going to fall tonight or win this race. Well, now he doesn't have that incredible pressure that Jeremy usually puts on him. Ezra, I think, the way his night's gone, might just be happy to be in second right here. And that's a perfect situation for Ricky Carmichael.
Got Carmichael, Lusk, Villeman, Voss, Craig, LaRocco, Roncott away, all in front of McGrath after that first lap of action.
McGrath is not moving up through the pack like I thought he would. Carmichael's got clean sailing. Look at that. He's already got a great lead.
Ricky's continued to build that rivalry with the sport's all-time winner, and he just loves the soil here. It's looser. He got his first 250 podium, as we remarked earlier, right here in Phoenix, Arizona.
I can't remember the last time McGrath was following LaRocco up through the pack, but that's what's happening here. A little mistake. The soil here is deceiving. It's always been pretty soft, and you get good traction, but here it's a little bit more slippery underneath that powder that's on top. Jeremy found one of those spots.
Jeremy moving by Roncott.
Carmichael is gone.
And Ricky really has taken advantage of this opportunity right now.
His second lap was 48 seconds. That's 2 seconds faster than what they were running in the heat races, and 2 seconds faster than when Lusk just turned.
Here we go back up front. Ricky Carmichael, number 4 on the Kawasaki. He lost to Jeremy by 9/1000th of a second in the last race. And, of course, won his second Supercross in San Diego. But you got to give a lot of credit to these two guys, Ezra Lusk and David Villeman, after horrible, injury-provoking crashes.
And they're really starting to put it back together. The start makes all the difference.
Villeman riding with cracked or broken ribs. Ezra Lusk had a big fall, lost the wind as he hit the handlebars in his crash earlier. David Villeman in third on the trail of Ezra Lusk.
How about Voss? Heath Voss running in fourth still. He's still ahead of Jeremy.
And he didn't qualify in the last round.
That's an excellent ride for him. I'll tell you what, it's starting to show me that the track is a little bit difficult for the men. It doesn't separate the men from the boys as much as some of the other technical tracks. And all the guys are all able to go pretty much the same pace. So it should be a good run for Voss. He's smart enough to stay up in there.
Davey Coombs from your angle.
Everyone talks about Jeremy McGrath forming his own team this year. Heath Voss has been doing that for the last 2 years by himself. We like to call that guy the Army of One. He's his own team manager. Half the time he's his own driver. And right now he's running fourth. This is the best he's ever run in a 250 main event. He's done it all by himself. Incredible.
Will we have a new points leader when this race concludes? We'll be right back with more 250 EA Sports Supercross action from Phoenix in a moment. Arizona Bank One Ballpark. Ricky Carmichael got through that first turn with beautiful style and has taken away with this race.
Look how fast he goes to that loop section. I walked over there and looked at those things, and they're huge. And they're tricky because they're getting ruts all in him, and there's powder on the top that kind of conceal all those little ruts. And he goes through there like it's a straightaway. McGrath stuffed LaRocco a moment ago. There he comes into the picture ahead of LaRocco.
Here's the battle for second place. Number 11, Ezra Lusk and David Villeman. Villeman picking up some room now on Ezra Luskin. Looks like he wants to challenge for second place. Oh, what a breakthrough that'd be for Villeman after 3 sixth-place finishes and riding hurt.
I really felt like he was ready to finish on the podium. You know, he's obviously comfortable here in Phoenix after such a great ride last year. He's feeling better than he has all season. He looked pretty good in practice, but he was getting overshadowed by Wyndham and Jeremy and Carmichael. They're doing all these extra jumps, and they're not doing any of that now because the way the track's broken down, it's played right into Villeman's favor. That's what he's good at, is picking different lines, and as the track breaks down, he finds them first.
McGrath with Voss in front of him. Number 1. He's zipping pretty good now, too.
Voss is like, what the heck? He looks up the track and doesn't see Jeremy. He's got him on his tail now. It'll make him a little nervous, but at the same time, he's probably pretty happy. It was like practice. It's the only time Jeremy's ever been behind him.
Jeremy McGrath now looking to make a move on Heath Voss, who's currently in 4th. McGrath has done a good job of coming up through the pack. After 7 laps of our 20-lap main event, here's Jeremy now.
No
Jeremy
problem.
breezes by.
This will be fun for Voss right here. I remember as a privateer, not quite ready for the front runners, but when they come by you and you get to follow them for a lap or 2 or 3 or however long before they pull away and you can't see him anymore, you're going, wow, there he is. Oh, I like the way he does that. Oh, how does he do that? So you learn so much in those few laps. You can follow the guy in practice. That's different. This is racing.
Carmichael leading Lusk by 6.3 seconds. Then it's Villeman. Then it's McGrath. This is not the bang-bang back-and-forth rivalry we saw in the last 2 races with Jeremy McGrath and Ricky Carmichael, but it is almost as fascinating watching Jeremy come up through the pack.
You don't really ever see this. It's been a struggle for him. He's made things happen. He got around Roncada. He had to stuff LaRocco to get by. Any other week, LaRocco would be moving to the front just as fast as Jeremy, but he seemed a little bit off. I watched him in the practices, and it just really wasn't coming together for him.
There's still plenty of time ahead, though, for Jeremy McGrath, should something happen to Ricky Carmichael.
Wyndham at the tail end of that freight train. Tortelli trying to stay with those guys, stay in that groove. Carmichael's riding perfect. I haven't seen him make one mistake. And I'll tell you what, during both the practices, he had a case of what his mechanic Chad calls whiskey throttle. This guy was all over the place, and I was getting nervous watching him. I'm thinking, man, he better settle down. He has.
Well, there's one thing about Ricky. He's got a little Bob Hanning in him. He keeps you on the edge of your seat, even though he's riding perfect.
Yeah, well, she jumps this triple now. He's realized, you know, that quadruple isn't even faster. Do the triple, get into the corner, get through the whoops as quickly as you can. Ride a shorter racetrack. Look at the way he jumps in there. Instead of trying to hit them all and take your chances getting crossed up in a rut, jump through there. He only touches once.
McGrath putting in a 49.6 lap. But Carmichael's last lap, or best lap, is a 48.
Jeremy coming through the mechanics area. Whoa. You don't see very many of those, but see, when you get back there and your routine gets interrupted, things aren't going the way they always do. You got to reach back and start finding a little bit extra speed here and there. It's difficult on this racetrack. The harder you try, the more chances are you going to make a mistake in inconsistent soil.
A 49.4 lap on the last lap for McGrath, a 49.8 for Ricky Carmichael.
Yeah, Ricky's been faster than everybody every single lap. Look at the way he comes around that corner. He just ruins the turn. They got to go over there with a tractor now and fix it. He's knocking hay bales over.
Carmichael having lappers who get through. He's been on the podium every race, registered what he's called the most significant win of his career in San Diego, but taking over the points lead here, and not just a tie for the points lead, might be even more significant at this time during the season.
This section right here, they were jumping all the way with that bump into the corner in practice. He was the only guy of the top 4 or 5 that were doing it that couldn't do it. He almost crashed there twice, decided, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to be all hung up on trying to jump that triple into the corner. I'll just go fast everywhere else. No one's been able to do it in the main event.
When we come back, we'll see what the greatest Supercross rider in the world can do as Ricky Carmichael now leads. Arizona, Ricky Carmichael with about a 9-second lead on second place, but while we were away, it's really heated up for the battle for second place between Ezra Lusk, number 11 on the Team Honda, right there. And look at this. Jeremy McGrath giving pressure to Villeman, number 934. McGrath to the inside. McGrath.
That's the same corner where Villeman passed him last year, going the opposite direction.
Isn't that amazing? Last year, the big surprise race where Villeman was way behind and came out of nowhere. And now McGrath does the favor the other way, going into third place.
Oh, Villeman just goes to the outside. I don't know why. He's been taking the inside. Looks almost like he let him by. Maybe he just felt like, you know what, I'm not 100%. I can't go this pace anymore. I can't handle this pressure. It's a Yamaha. Get up there and try to win. I can't.
Well, then Jeremy McGrath got by Ezra Lusk and is now in second place. While we're in that replay, what a move by Jeremy to get by Ezra. So now he's only down 3 points. Should it finish this way, and we still have a long way to go, we've got 5 more laps to go in this race, it would once again be tied for the points lead.
How about this? Carmichael has a 15-second lead on McGrath. I mean, he is gone. He's in another city. He's going still faster each lap than all these guys have gone, but what a job Jeremy has done to salvage something and only lose 3 points to Carmichael. Will that put him in a tie again?
It will.
This series is unbelievable.
It will, because Carmichael will have 3 points on. Here comes Villeman now on the move on Ezra Lusk. In the battle for third, that final podium spot. Carmichael, you see in the upper right of your screen, by 15.3 seconds over the second place Jeremy McGrath. It would give him 3 more points than McGrath, taking first over second place. That would tie them once again in the points race.
Now look at LaRocca. Takes that guy a little while to warm up, and he's hot now, and he's caught these guys.
Villeman tries the block pass there on Lusk, David, and here comes the LaRocco to the inside now.
Makes it work. No, he blew it right there in the timing. Villeman gets him back. It's going to be hard to get by him again.
Good back and forth action.
He stuffed it.
LaRocco and Villeman.
LaRocco through the mechanics area got an inside line and just parked Villeman. He almost knocked Villeman over. He's not messing around. He wants Lusk. This is the race for the podium between Lusk and LaRocco. These guys want to stand up there. LaRocco's been there already. Lusk wants to get there again.
LaRocco took 4th here last year. He's got 2 4th-place finishes in the first 3 rounds, and the podium at San Diego taking 2nd place. And would love to put a 3rd on that.
This is where you're getting tired. Track's broken down as much as it's going to get. Get a little worse from here to the end, but it's pretty bad now. LaRocco's, that's when he starts to shine. And everyone starts to get a little tired, start to lose their rhythm out there. LaRocco, who already rides at times a little sloppy and just kind of muscles his way through things, he's comfortable.
Ricky Carmichael intensifying the rivalry with Jeremy McGrath here in the 250s. He said he liked this track. He looked great in practice.
Start makes all the difference. But I'll tell you what, even if McGrath were out front.
Here comes Ezra Lusk. He wants a piece of LaRocco now, I think. Number 11, Lusk. LaRocco in front. Through the whoops. Getting by the lapper, Robbie Raynard.
What a ride by LaRocco. And you know, he's just got to be kicking himself going, why couldn't I just stay with McGrath? If he could have stayed with McGrath earlier, he'd have a chance to beat him.
White flag is out. Final lap. Carmichael, McGrath, LaRocco, Lusk.
Carmichael just threw both feet out to the side, whatever they call that one. I think it's a can-can. Flash bulbs went off everywhere. He doesn't have far to go.
This could be the first Kawasaki win here in Phoenix ever.
Be 2-2. Carmichael needed to win this race. It's a good track for him. He needed to show Jeremy he could do it when he had to.
Carmichael looking for his 3rd career victory, his 2nd of the season, and ties Jeremy McGrath in the points after a brilliant 4th round run for Ricky Carmichael. Here's Mike LaRocco. He takes the checkered flag. We'll be right back.